What's up, guys? LUI. Hi, saluted be. Well, obviously the talk of the hour is still the tariffs. It is a worldly event, although it was basically initiated by the US president, but guess what? It affects the whole world. And obviously, if you are into this, obviously, hopefully you're going to continue watching. If not, just skip this video. It does not concern you. But those numbers he has showcased on that event in the Rose Garden, stating all the countries and what the imbalance that is supposedly occurring in the trade exchange. With all due respect, it is skewed for a plethora of reasons. If you have done your research, it does not add up, right? Doesn't check up. So in essence, as an example, I'll repeat this and I'll give another example of a country. So what he is stating is that there is an unfair trade, connection between the USA and all the countries. And he wishes that the countries buy as much goods as the US sells to them. And that's just not feasible. How would you expect a country like Mozambique, right, in Africa, to be able to buy the same goods with dollars, which she does not have, right? So there will never be a balanced trade between you and Mozambique or Madagascar or Vietnam or Laos. They're too small of a country. They don't have the buying power to buy electronics from you or cars or what have you. And so these countries are so poor, all they're selling to the USA are some agricultural goods, like some cocoa to fabricate chocolate, some vanilla, some coffee grains, and whatnot. Of course, they are sellers. And they cannot be net buyers from you. They don't have the money. They're dirt poor. What do you expect them to do? Do you want to buy things via Amazon? It does not deliver. Do you want to buy your Netflix? They don't have Netflix. They don't even have the internet. And so this is just unfair, just insanity. Like, it's a blanket punishment towards the whole world. Hopefully you are genuine enough to acknowledge this, right? Without being biased and being almost cultish in your belief and you are, okay, this is it and that's it. Right? This is how I see it now. But it was debunked. It does not add up. It is what it is. If we talk about Europe, that maybe you can justify that because Europe produces things, Germany sells you BMWs, Mercedes, Audi, and Volkswagen, and so on and so forth. You can see if there's an imbalance with them. Maybe they're not buying enough products from you. That you can deal with them and negotiate. But going to 180 countries, doesn't even make sense. And what he said yesterday, Donald Trump, that, oh, don't worry, we'll have 6 trillion investments coming here. Okay, big deal. 6 trillion is a lot. But in the last 2 days, the stock market has lost 3 trillions already. So in 2 days, you have lost 3 trillions of values just evaporated. And you're going to get 6 trillion, but it is still counting. So if it still goes down next week, you're going to lose tens of trillions of dollars of market value. And that's a big, big cataclysmic event. And furthermore, this is not affecting only the countries. It's creating panic. Next thing you know, the investors retrieve their money. That's why the stock market is going down. They're selling. They're fleeing the market. They're going, trying to seek refuge in gold or what have you, or go to a fixed rate, right? A fixed rate, like a bank, if they give me 3% for 1 year or what have you, I'm going to put my money with you. At least it is secure. Furthermore, better to know that Donald Trump yesterday, in the weekend, the start of the weekend, he asked the Fed to lower the interest rates. If the interest rate goes down, the bank rates will have to go down and follow. Everything will go down. It's supposed to boost people and prompt them to retrieve money from the bank, but they will not retrieve it because the fear is there. Fear is the big factor, affecting markets tremendously. And this is happening. So that's that. So that's my view. Obviously, I'm not a specialist of this, but I don't think it's good. I think it's a big Russian roulette, maybe a poker game at best. But you know that Donald Trump owned several casinos. He was a casinos in plural, owner in Atlantic City, amongst other spots. He has actually, I think he still has one in Vegas, and we see like the Trump banner on it. But he had a lot of casinos in Atlantic City here, and they closed. They didn't work so well. And that's, I guess. So tell me what you think. Do you agree what's happening? Do you at least understand that table? He did showcase the numbers, and for you, are they logical? Because, you know, they were debunked rather thoroughly on the internet by specialists. So if you are well versed into the numbers, the math is quite clear. Okay, another subject. TikTok, which was supposed to be banned, there was a delay, it was extended to another 75 days, right? Why? Because China did intervene. So it has to do with these tariffs. China did retaliate with 34% tariffs as well. They call it retaliatory tariffs, right? To do the same thing the US did to them. And part of that deal said, well, there's no more deal with TikTok, so I'm not going to sell it, and that's it. And so it is they give it another extension for 75 days, all right? Why am I talking about TikTok? I still contend that TikTok, man, is dangerous at best. So if you have kids, and even yourself, if you're still young in your 20s, 30s, and you're still quite a vibrant, have some hormones in you, stay away from it. That thing is addictive, and I think it's depressing for the most part. No matter what you want to watch, and it's kind of niche, it learns very quickly, the algorithm, and it keeps you scrolling, addicted, glued to the screen. And all overall, the general experience, I don't think it's positive. It does not make you feel good. It's catchy, but definitely, in my opinion, will make you feel just anxious or angry, or, you know, it's not a positive thing. And so if it was a psyop, you know, this TikTok, it is working very well. And needless to say that it is eating most of the data, especially of the kids. It's just more catching to them, more appealing to them than any other, basically, social media platform. This is the restaurant of IKEA, right? I used to cheat a lot here. I mean, although we try to do some damage control, I have some good choices, but all in all, it was a cheat meal. I don't cheat anymore. And so, no cheat meal. There is an eat meal though. Simple, my tilapia right there. This is some coleslaw salad. No dressing. You can elect to have a fat-free, or actually, sorry, a calorie-free salad. That's how I roll with my trainees. Calorie-free salad, right? So when we go out, bro, we don't cheat, we eat. Saluted be.
What's up, peeps? Steven, 36 years old when we started. He was 186 back then, so 30 pounds later down, obviously. Looking absolutely more proper, six-pack and all. Absolutely saluted. Let me show you the back because it's definitely more eventful. Look at the back, not saluted, the usual fluffiness. And look at his back right now. Let me show you the back. Look at the difference. Gone and proper lats. 16 weeks.